Welcome back to The Real Story. Today's next topic brings us to Tulsi Gabbard. So Gabbard currently serves as the Director of National Intelligence, and she made a major move on Friday, declassifying documents about the 2016 presidential election and the long debunked and widely discredited narrative, which claimed, falsely, that President Trump worked with Russia to undermine the election. Gabbard described the declassified report as overwhelming evidence that following Trump's victory over crooked Hillary Clinton in 2016, then President Barack Obama, among others in his administration, manufactured intelligence to push a bogus narrative that led to an investigation of President Trump. That investigation lasted for several years, cost millions of taxpayer dollars, and was ultimately based on a stark contradiction that Gabbard is currently highlighting. So prior to the election of 2016, Intel officials widely believed that Russia didn't have the capability or intent to hack US elections. And Intel reports found no evidence of any efforts by Russia to alter vote counts. However, the consensus seems to have changed after Trump won. And it has all the machinations of an unprecedented attack on the will of the American people. And Gabbard provided screenshots of these documents online for total and complete transparency. She also detailed her thoughts about the new findings in a series of X posts that were released on Friday. In one of them, she even wrote this: "These documents detail a treasonous conspiracy by officials at the highest levels of the Obama White House to subvert the will of the American people and try to usurp the president from fulfilling his mandate." That's quite an allegation to make, but who exactly are these officials she's talking about? People such as former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, former CIA Director, John Brennan, and former FBI Director, James Comey, all of whom worked at the highest levels of Obama's administration. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop there. So in a different post on X, she said this: "This betrayal concerns every American. The integrity of our democratic republic demands that every person involved be investigated and brought to justice to prevent this from ever happening again." Interesting. Very, very interesting. But then she continued, writing this online: "I am providing all documents to the Department of Justice to deliver the accountability that President Trump, his family, and the American people deserve." So now the whole country is watching and waiting to see what exactly happens next. But should these revelations really be true, then it should be of great concern to every single American citizen, regardless of political party. And clearly, justice must be delivered. Here with reaction is Seamus Bruner, the Director of Research for the Government Accountability Institute. He's also the author of the best-selling book titled Compromised: How Money and Politics Drive FBI Corruption. Seamus, thank you for being here, sir.
Hey, Riley, it's great to be with you.
So Tulsi Gabbard, she says that what she's seen amounts to treasonous conspiracy. I want to know if you agree.
That's what all of the evidence shows. We've been investigating this for 7+ years now, and Obama, it goes all the way to the top. Yes, it's Clapper, it's Brennan, it's Comey, but it's Barack Obama himself. And what most people don't know, but they really need to realize, is that in order to get Hillary Clinton in, this was a cover-up of Hillary's own Russia liabilities. Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, had taken tens of millions of dollars from investors who profited from deals with Russia. And it actually goes to Barack Obama himself. Back in 2010, Obama launched, and Biden, the Obama-Biden administration, launched what was known as the Russia reset. This is where they were going to have an appeasement strategy towards Vladimir Putin. They canceled missile defense in Poland. They gave Russia all their spies back. They allowed Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation to make these deals with Russia involving uranium, involving some very sensitive technologies. And so they failed. That strategy obviously failed. By 2014, that was apparent with the Russia and Ukraine conflict going on then. And so by the time 2016 rolls around, people are starting to learn that Hillary Clinton has these Russia liabilities. Well, Barack Obama and his entire intelligence communities were just as culpable as she was for all of this, so they had to cover it up. it became a projection deception. Donald Trump did not have any serious or substantial ties to Russia, so they projected onto Donald Trump their biggest liability so that when people were asking about Uranium One, they could say, well, Donald Trump's tied to Russia, and it became a he said, she said.
Okay, I want to focus in then on one thing because I was doing a lot of research for this. Gabbard highlights a presidential daily brief. So there's an Intel community assessment that dates back to December of 2016, where the community comes out and says, we found no evidence that Russia tried to interfere into this U.S. election, at least to some extent in certain ways to do with cyber attacks, right? Okay, so everything changes radically on that dime. Was Barack Obama the one who drove that change? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a lot of emails flying around from that time frame. Susan Rice had the CYA email that she sent out saying Barack Obama was not involved, and they know to keep the president as out of the loop as possible. But like I said, he was culpable in all of the Democrats' Russia dealings from 2010 through 2014. So he was, of course, aware. I mean, it was his inner circle. And yes, they deep-sixed that report in December so that they wouldn't see that actually the truth that Russia was not hacking the election, did not have the capability to hack the election. So they needed to keep everybody kind of singing from the same song sheet. Otherwise, there would be conflicting messages coming out. Because the truth is, Russia did not and could not hack the election, but they needed to all act like it was a very serious matter, that Mike Flynn couldn't be talking to Russia because that would prove that there was a conspiracy to work with Russia and all of this stuff. And so any exonerating materials of Russia hacking the election needed to be gotten rid of, and everybody needed to keep parroting the same line that Russia stole the election.
It's unbelievable. Talk about an incredible case of corruption. The question then remains, what is going to be done about it, Seamus?
Well, if Obama's inner circle skates, you can kiss fair elections goodbye. There is no reason why another president in the future wouldn't use their intelligence agencies to manufacture or create, some top secret reports against their political opponent and say that their political opponent is compromised by foreign powers. If nobody's held accountable, our elections are a joke and they're done for. So this needs to be, justice must be done on this case specifically. Americans know that this is the biggest scandal in any of our lifetimes, possibly in U.S. history. And just compare it with what they were trying to indict Donald Trump for. Stormy Daniels and some payments that, compare that to a obvious bona fide coup that Obama and all of his inner circle executed against Donald Trump.
Okay, so I want to focus on that word you just said, Seamus. It's a very important one. Accountability. What exactly does that mean?
Well, Tulsi Gabbard has referred this over to the Justice Department. We hope that the Justice Department acts, that the files don't get lost somewhere. And it looks like indictments. It looks like, potential RICO. I mean, treason is a very strong word.
Yes.
Many people believe that's what happened here, that's what the evidence shows, because it wasn't just what Barack Obama did. It was what they did afterward. After Donald Trump got in, they completely kneecapped and ground to a halt his entire administration with impeachments, impeachment 1, impeachment 2. It was very hard for Donald Trump to get anything done. And that is, in some sense of the word, treason. You're going against the president of the United States, the duly elected president of the United States. And so whether it's treason charges or something less than that, some form of charges need to be filed, and they need to be, seen through to the end.
Completely agreed. Even if it doesn't meet the bar of treason, which is a pretty high bar legally, it's certainly wrong. It's immoral, and it should be disgusting to every American, regardless of ideology or politics. And I get the sense that it really is. So I don't know what's going to happen in the coming days. I hope the DOJ tackles this in short order. But Seamus, I just want to say again, thank you for being here. And before I let you go, for people who want to get your book, where can they go?
Well, thank you so much, Riley. It's great to be with you again. SeamusBruner.com, SeamusBruner.com. I'm on all social platforms at Seamus Bruner. The Compromised FBI book is available on all fine book retailing platforms. That's a really good book for right now, but also moving forward. If you have questions about FARA and FISA and FOIA and all of the things that the FBI tries to thwart accountability and transparency. That book is a masterclass in reading how this happened and how to stop it from happening again.
Okay, understood. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you.